everyone, welcome to my new channel. I'm Miss Burley TTC, but on this platform I will go by Amber. So I received some requests to start a channel strictly focused on my optometry career pursuits, and it was easy for me to do since I've always wanted to do this, but it was difficult coming up with a name best suited for the kind of content that I'll focus on. So I came up with I Think Vision simply because I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on optometry related subjects. I'm also going to do a weekly vlog about my experiences while I'm at optometry school. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and go to my previous channel and check out my video for my optometry school acceptance, just so you can learn more about my background and why I applied and kind of where I'm going. So I don't plan on designating much time video editing because I'm just not going to have time to do it with all the stuff that we have to do for school. But I will most likely start doing live streams for maybe no more than 30 minutes once I get more viewers. And those will again be once a week, possibly on a Friday night or Saturday night. So this video is just simply going to serve as just, again, some not background information for me. I'm going to go ahead and make this the first video for my weekly vlog, just because I'm not going to have time to go back and make 2 videos like I would usually do on my other channel. So here's some ground rules. For this channel, I'm not going to disclose where I'm going to school at. You may already know, and that's great, but I'm not going to link my school to my accounts or anything, just because of our social media policy. And I just don't want to take any risk when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm very play by the rules kind of person. So everything that I do here, like, I will be honest about my feelings and my experiences while I'm in school and enrolled in this program. However, I'll always maintain a professional undertone. And that brings me into my next subject. All right, so I did pre-orientation. I only did one event for pre-orientation with my school, and so I got here the Friday before orientation week, and I went with the missions team to kind of look around the city, learn more about the area I'll be in, and things to check out and test out. And then they have like a student organization for all the colleges in the city. So they came out and just told us about a big event that they have coming up where we can get a lot of freebies, and you know I love free things. And just be able to enjoy ourselves as college students. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I've been out of college for 2 years, and I've just been working. And I am a little older than most students who come into this program, but there is a diverse range of us. Like, there's people who are older than me. So I feel very comfortable here. And I'm just excited, but I'm looking forward to just taking it all in and just going through the whole process. So I'm open to everything. Okay, so after pre-orientation, I pretty much had like 3 or 4 days off. So I was still getting settled in my apartment. Did that, and I'm still not all the way settled. I have to like put up my background. That's why I'm here by the window. You can't see it, but because the sun's out, but there's a beautiful scenery behind me with trees and stuff. But I have all my other stuff around me. So my roommate will be here on Monday, and I have to get everything kind of tidied up for her so that she, can get settled in nicely. But anyways, back to that. So I had a couple of days off, so I just kind of settled in, and then orientation started on Tuesday. So Tuesday, like, and I'm not going to do day by day, like for orientation in general, I realized the focus of it was to introduce us into the professional health field and introduce us as professional health providers now. So we are students, and just teaching us about professionalism, what it means, like how we communicate, how we interact with people in school and outside of school. Like, everything matters. And I felt like they emphasized the great responsibility that we have now. And so I thought it was important. I did get a little bored sometimes because it was just so much information at one time, just about policies. And we met with like the whole class, not just the optometry students, but all the other programs. We were in the same room, and so we were going through all these policies, and then still getting to know each other from different programs. And so, it was a lot. It was to me, it seemed like longer days. I was a little bit more tired, but I got free stuff. And again, I love swag. So we got to get free stuff a couple of days, and we got free lunch during the week. So that was good. But just a lot of policies. But I did begin to understand the importance of being a health professional student. So it's not like undergrad, is graduate school, so you have higher expectations, and you just have to change the way you do things, because not everything that worked for me when I was an undergrad is going to work for me in graduate school. So I felt like that's what this week was about. Well, the last week was about. And I also got to meet like, I would say, leaders in other classes that were ahead of me, whether second, third year. And I thought that was important because it let me see kind of where I want to go in school. And they told us about organizations we can join. And so I'm still figuring that out, like kind of which organizations I want to see myself a part of. They say that if you don't get involved, you most likely never will. I know that's, just a general statement. It's not true for everybody. But I do want to I'm a natural leader. Even though sometimes I don't want to be a leader, I just happen to be a leader because it just happens that way. I feel like I'm forced to be a leader at times. And so I do want to lead. There's certain things I want to lead, but I don't want to overburden myself to where it takes away from my grades, because my goal is to get an academic scholarship so that I can reduce my overall loan balance when I graduate. Because that's something I am thinking about, just because I had to take a lot of loans to pay for school this year. So that's something to think about. And I spent this week and last week last week I would say I spent most of my time listening to just the general conversations that the upperclassmen were sharing with all of us. And I learned about our program, which section I'm in. So they break our class up into 4 sections. We'll get to know our section very well, apparently, over time. But my subgroup, I met them during our white coat ceremony. That was really nice at the end of orientation. My relatives came up, and I had planned everything out for them. They did make the day a little frustrating, but we got through it. So it helped. It made everything real. And I was very excited about just being in school and realizing just how much work it took for me to get here, and that I shouldn't take this lightly, that, I can celebrate myself for a moment. Because I feel like all I've been doing lately is just planning, trying to get things in order, because I had to get an apartment. Then I have to move everything. And then now I have to make sure my paperwork's in, all the stuff I had to get done. I had to take care of that before school started. So it was a little overwhelming. So I feel like with the white coat ceremony allowed it just to take the day in and just enjoy my moment. That was my moment to recognize the hard work I've done to get here. So graduation will be the accomplishments of everything I've done while I'm here. But that was a good moment. So let's see. That's the next thing. Okay, so I'm moving past orientation week. Let's see. Now for the first week of classes, I don't know if they do this all the time, but I feel like they kind of slowed us into the program. So with this kind of these programs, I want to say you'll have longer classes. So class seemed to be 2 hours, because I had 2 classes. I think I had 2 classes the first day, then 2 classes the next day, then it went to 3, and it kind of built. So, but this week we had 1 class every day. And then I think next week we're only going to have that class for maybe 2 hours. Kind of like if you took a 3-hour course in undergrad, and it was just once a week, similar to that. So it's a lot of content we get. So I've taken, let's see, general anatomy and histology, general ophthalmics, health professional development, clinical skills, and systemic pathology. So that's 5 classes. It's a lot of information. That's over for just general anatomy and histology, that was over 200 slides of information. And then we have a midterm coming up in that for not for a while. So, but you still have to you're responsible for all the information you'll get next time. Oh, and I have an online class. So that's 6 classes I have already, but I haven't even gotten to the online work yet. So what I did, I've got tutors. I requested tutors for 3 of my courses, and I haven't gotten a grade in them as well, but it was just good to like meet with them and hear their experiences with the courses and what they recommend for how to tackle the material. Because I was blessed to have such a hardcore histology, neurobiology, and drugs in the brain professor. She taught all 3 of those. She was crazy in college. She made us write like short answer tests, essay tests, but all that information is like stuck here. And when I see it, it doesn't look foreign to me. So now it's just about the volume of content that I have to manage and manage my time. So I'm learning not to I don't have to take notes about every slide. I don't have to make flashcards for every slide. Just the stuff that I don't know or I'm not too comfortable with. Because other than that, I'm wasting my time. Like I have to study differently than how I did in undergrad. And then now I'm looking for like study groups. So during orientation week, I kind of was profiling people, listening to them, how they spoke, what were their strengths. Like I was just listening to all of that because I was seeing, like checking people out that who I might want to study with. And I'm still not sure. So I'm still like kind of figuring it out. But it's a good, watching people, you can really learn a lot. Let's see. So we don't have classes. We didn't have classes afternoon or for tomorrow. So we kind of have like a 3.5-day weekend, which I'm going to really take advantage of getting myself organized and just looking over the content and making my flashcards for the stuff I don't know, like now, because the biggest things that my doctors told me before I came and that my tutors told me is that don't get behind. And so I'm really taking that to heart. And so I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. I definitely don't think I'm going to fail. But even though if that happens, I'll be fine. Like I'm going to get right back up. But I don't think I'll fail. I just want to do exceptionally well academically so I can get those scholarships. So that's one thing that's on my mind. But I'm not letting it weigh me down. I'm just cautious about it. So that's why I don't want to get overly involved in student organizations. But there's a few that I really want to do, like Bosch, which is I believe a traveling or overseas community service organization for optometrists, and this ZOSH is for students. So that's something on my list. And I also want to do NC OSHA, which is North Carolina's Optometric Student Association. And then I'm going to be part of the national one as well. I'm already part of the American one just because I'm a student, and I'm a part of the general student one as well. So they took care of getting us enrolled in all that during orientation week. So I don't have to worry about that. And that's something I can add to my resume. What else? And so I have some things to kind of help me manage my schedules. I'm going to show you guys what I have. I went and got this planner here from TJ Maxx. It's only $10, but I felt like this is really good. I'm usually a digital calendar person, but I'm finding that after looking at a computer all day, the last thing I want to do is to continuously have to get on my laptop to check my schedule, and it doesn't sync well to my phone, but I like having it written down in my planner. And then what I love about this planner, that it has little positive quotes throughout of it to kind of keep me focused, and I feel like it represents me well. So I just kind of make my notes here as things I need to do. Um, they were even telling us about things that are coming up for the next year. So one thing like compliance, we had to fill out our compliance paperwork. I already did that, took care of it, and they said that would be an annual thing. So I made notes for that for next year around this time to get ready to do it so I could be ahead of the game, because you have to have it completed by a certain time period. And so I got an 18-month calendar. They do sell those like this. Another thing I realized is that after looking at the material and how we're learning it, I can finally get rid of some of this junk that I have kept from undergrad. So like I'm a academic hoarder, but I no longer need this Gen Chem laboratory book. I can finally say goodbye to this like evolutionary study guide for biology. But I'm probably going to keep my physics books because this manual just goes over like how to work through problems. And I'm pretty good at physics, but I think it's good to have, so it can stay. But I'm going to buy a bookshelf that I still have to find whatever so I can put all my textbooks up there. There's some textbooks that I'm never getting away, like my histology textbooks. I have 3 of those. I think they're great, and I'm probably going to buy some of my optical textbooks. Even though they said don't buy any textbooks, you don't need them because they're going to put stuff on PowerPoint slide and everything you need to know will be there. I just like having some of them because I think it's cool and it's good stuff that I can use later, and I love to read scientific textbooks. So that's what I like to read. But there's some stuff here like Orgo. I am so thrilled to like, I rarely looked at this book when I had to, but that is gone. So I'm just cleaning through, that's what I'm going through today, and just cleaning out all of this junk that's from undergrad. Papers that I don't need anymore. Like it's time to let it go and move on. And speaking of, I have an OAT book that I'm going to give away as a prize probably in the next couple of months. And so stay tuned for a video about that. I'll do probably like some kind of contest for my subscribers. It won't be something big, something easy to do. And whoever wins it can win the OAT book. So that way you don't have to go out and buy one if you're looking to study for that exam. So anyways, classes are long. A lot of people in the upper class like say that some classes they don't go to because it can be a waste of their time because of how they study. So you just have to figure out what works for you. I use the time in class to work on my study cards, whatever I need to do. Like I use that time wisely. I just try not to use any idle time because I know if I was just at home, I wouldn't be doing anything. But some lectures are pre-recorded. I did get involved in a like note-taking service for our program. They have them at various schools, but you can sign up to either take notes in the class, edit the notes, or do other things that will help the whole process come together. So I'm actually going to be an editor, so I'll be able to earn money, and it's not work study, so they'll actually pay me just for a few hours a week to just edit the notes and submit them. And I'm assigned to a certain class, so that doesn't start until next week for me. But I'm glad I did that. So like I'm a part of one thing already. But I wanted some way to have like some kind of financial income since I'm used to making my own money and having my own kind of life. And now I'm back to being a student. Like I'm transitioning my thinking so that I don't overspend. And there's like this quote that keeps going around. I don't even know who said it, but it says like if you live like a OD now, if you live like an OD as a student, then you'll live like a student as an OD. Yeah. So basically, just don't go around blowing your money when you don't have it like that. And that's exactly what I'm not going to do. So it's definitely helpful that I'm getting a roommate because it's going to cut my expenses in half and allow me to like just get some of the basics that I need. Like I might need to get a new laptop because this one's getting old and I have to like literally like beat it to wake it up. but it's on my bucket list of things that I need to get ready for school. And then I still need to go grocery shopping. So we just got our refunds processed yesterday. I'm still waiting to get to my bank, but that way I can use that money to like purchase stuff. So that's something like if you're thinking about, if you're like thinking about spending a lot of money before you just get ready to come into school, you might want to hold off. Like save, you should probably start now saving, like maybe make a savings account for just when you get ready to transition to school, where you can like have some go money you can pull. We did buy our first set of like diagnostic equipment. So I got my retinoscope, my transilluminator, and my ophthalmoscope. So we just placed the orders for those and our lens kits. So I'm excited about the ones I picked. I picked my Keeler for my like diagnostic equipment, and I picked Pioneer for my lenses. And I mean, they all say that whatever you pick you'll be okay with, because you'll practice on it over and over again. So they said they're all good. And all the doctors I worked with, all three of them had, like, every doctor had a set of that, different ones. So I'm okay with what I picked. And if I want to change it later, then, I mean, I can't return my equipment, but I can, like, maybe sell it to somebody else and then buy another set while I'm in school, because the discounts, just because I know what the prices are in the industry as a doctor compared to when I'm in school, I'm going to take care of getting my stuff while I'm in school, just because it's going to be much cheaper with the discounts versus as a professional. But I'm excited about what I picked out, and I just wish I would have had more time to actually test out the equipment than the first day of classes. It was kind of soon, and everybody's like, "Oh, you didn't get to test it?" I was like, "Yeah, I know." And so then again, got another email yesterday about ordering more equipment for our first lab, and that's like some eye charts and different types of occluders with prism bars. So it's setting in. Color vision, book, stereo. The game is set. We're ready. But again, like, just because I'm happy about taking it all in, I'm totally okay with it. Like, I'm just gonna purchase whatever, and as I learn, or if I learn anything different, I'll share that with you all. Let's see. I should make a list of what I'm talking about, so I won't make sure I cover everything I want to. I kind of forgot what else I want to say. What else I say about this week? I'm still connecting with people, like trying to like meet. I want to like mission to meet at least everybody in my class once, like introduce myself. Most people kind of already know who I am, because once we were playing this game and I don't have no idea what I was doing, but my name kept popping up first. So she did, like, the lady who was she was the dean of the college. She was orchestrating the game, and she kept saying my username like consistently, and so then everybody's like, okay, they have it there. And then I emailed the class by accident. And so then they like got my email, and I emailed them apologizing. So like everybody knows who I am by default now. And so I was like, man, I should really be part of some organization if they have to vote for me, just because they already know who I am and whatever. So I'm trying to introduce myself to my other classmates in a non-goofy fashion, just so I can get to know them. And just, I don't know, I want a different experience this time. I think it's pretty cool. And so I saw people that I had interviews with at other programs. One of my buddies that we kind of said we're going to keep in touch at another interview, she's here. And so we often like hang out while we're at school, but we're both like adults, so we do our own things sometimes. And so I'm having fun. Like, there's a lot of people from North Carolina, even not just even in my class and other programs and in different years. And so it's exciting. I'm really enjoying it here. I would say, like, I'm not nervous about the whole process. I feel prepared as much as I can be prepared, and now I'm ready just to do the work. So we're already at 22 minutes. The last part that I'm just going to use to wrap up this video is that I know I'm going to commit to doing a video per week about like just my review of the week and my thoughts and like how I feel about the experience. if there's any topics that you want to ask me about the application process, I won't say my school because I'm not going to announce it, but if you know where I go, just don't say where I go, but just ask me, like, whatever. Ask me questions and I'll respond. If you know what school I go to, just send me a direct message. Don't put it down in the comments. I think that's all I want to say for today. So right now I don't have any subscribers. The last video I did on my channel was just saying that I got into school, but I have to do I won't be doing videos on cruising for a while. So hopefully you'll subscribe and be a part of this journey through optometry school until I get my degree. In the meanwhile, be sure to thumbs up the video and subscribe. Bye.